While buy now, pay later loans have been in use for big ticket items for years, new data is showing that a growing number of American consumers are using the payment method for everyday items. A recent survey from LendingTree finds that a quarter of consumers are using these payment plans for groceries. That is up 14% from just a year ago. A survey found groceries to be the fourth most common buy now, pay later purchase among Gen Zers, trailing behind clothing, technology, and home decor. CBS News MoneyWatch correspondent Kelly O'Grady joins us with more on this. I mean, we keep seeing this rise in buy now, pay later items, whether it's for Coachella tickets, but what does it say to you that people are using this now to buy groceries?
Well, guilty. I did use it for Coachella tickets, Nancy.
All right.
I will out myself. But
I was going to say other people, but it's good to know.
Groceries, though. I mean, we saw one of the buy now, pay later services do a partnership with DoorDash, right? Getting food delivery as well. And it really speaks to the fact that people are dipping into these alternative ways than just, hey, I've got the money. I'm going to be able to pay it on my next credit card statement, or I'm going to be able to pay it with the money in my account by using a debit card. And what can be dangerous about these BNPL services is you feel like you've got more room in your budget than you actually do. Because you say, hey, that's future Kelly's problem. That's future Nancy's problem. Yes. And you start to add multiple BNPLs to your docket that month instead of thinking, oh, wow, I've already committed to this payment in the future. But at the same time, it also does allow cash-strapped folks to make some of those purchases that are essential.
Sure. It's one thing when it's Coachella tickets, but it's another thing when you hear that people are using it just to get by on their day-to-day life. I want to ask you about the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. It has downgraded its economic growth outlook for the United States both this year and next year. How significant is that move, and what does it mean?
So it's fairly significant. We are down from 2.8% in 2024 to now what we're expecting to be 1.6%. Still positive, right? We did see first quarter negative GDP. So I think overall this is good that we're expecting at least some growth. That being said, it keeps getting revised down. And to your point, this is all because of tariffs, potential higher inflation, and just that larger uncertainty that maybe people go and spend less and the economy contracts some. Doesn't mean that these surveys are always right, but it's certainly a warning sign.
So you talk about tariffs. Speaking of tariffs, President Trump just signed an executive order that overnight raises tariffs on steel and aluminum to 50%. We had known this was coming, but it officially goes into effect at midnight. How will this affect U.S. businesses?
This is not going to be good for car manufacturers. Think about how much steel is used in a car. It's also not going to be good for manufacturers in general. Steel, we also have a 25% tariff on aluminum as well. Those are key raw materials for a lot of the products that these tariffs are designed to bring here. I've spoken to a lot of manufacturers and they've said, wow, we love these tariffs, but we really didn't want these tariffs on aluminum and steel. So this is going to be a challenge because while this is designed to bolster the steel production in our country, we just don't have that supply chain yet.
Yeah, and a lot of people also complaining about their beer cans and what's going to happen with all of that, too. Let's talk about the labor market. The newest job openings and labor turnover survey shows that openings unexpectedly increased in April. So what does that say about the labor market? And because that information is looking back, how current is it given how quickly things are changing these days?
That's the really important part. This looks at April. So that's, that's over a month ago. The jobs report that comes out on Friday, that's going to be more recent. It's going to look at May. The fact that we have more job openings, that's good. But it doesn't mean that those are actually translating into people hired. Just because there's a job posting doesn't mean that actually gets brought to fruition. What I like to look at this is the quits rate. So how often people are quitting. If they're quitting more, they feel more comfortable about the jobs market. We actually saw the quits rate go down a little bit. So people not feeling as good. The layoffs rate, also something to look at for the health of the job market, ticked up just slightly. So overall, good job openings, but it does tell you a little bit of cooling off when you look at the layoffs rate.
Thanks for helping us break it all down. Kelly O'Grady, good to see you.